I'm Lisa Schott. I received the Astronaut Scholarship from 1987 to 1990 while studying mechanical engineering at Georgia Tech. My specialty is acoustical consulting. I started a business in 2002 called Quietly Making Noise, LLC. Acoustical consulting is a fun career because nearly every project is different and interesting. Some days I'm working on a regional performing arts center that has 4 venues. One of the venues is being designed to be one of the quietest spaces in the world. Our design criteria is N1, which means that the background ambient sound level will be equal to the human threshold of hearing. You can imagine that this means that every piece of equipment and every pipe and conduit in that building has to be isolated so that we don't introduce unwanted noise into the space. The whole theater is even on several hundred 12-inch thick rubber and steel pads to isolate it from the rest of the building and also the surrounding streets. And then other days I work on hospital design. Hospitals have lots of acoustical issues, and it's very important to create a good acoustical environment to encourage healing and recovery among the patients. I worked on a VA hospital that was being built beneath the aircraft flight paths of an international airport. So we had to do a lot of analysis to figure out how many awakenings would occur when the aircraft flew over, because the VA was very concerned about the impact that might have on patients with PTSD. Once we had the information about likely awakenings, we were able then to set design criteria for the sound levels inside the hospital and design a very elaborate window, wall, and roof system to take care of that. And then there are the very interesting projects where there's a mysterious noise in a building and people just can't figure out where it's coming from or how it's traveling through the building. I've had a number of these cases over the years. My husband calls these cases the noise busters. One of the things we do, I get to use a lot of interesting and fun equipment, like these loudspeakers here. That sound you just heard is called pink noise, and it's really useful in diagnosing issues because it contains an equal amount of energy across all of the 1/3 octave band frequencies that the human ear can hear. I also use sound level meters like this to measure decibel levels, to use as an FFT analyzer, and for vibration monitoring. Then over here, we have a machine with a very high-tech name. It's called a tapping machine. We use that to tap on floors and determine how noise travels through a building structure. So all of these things are useful tools. That's a little bit about my career. When you look around my office, you might see a lot of astronaut photos and space items. And the reason for that is the big influence that the Astronaut Scholarship Foundation has had on me. The financial support was very important during my college years, but what has become more important is the lifelong relationship that the foundation offers to every one of its scholarship recipients. I've been involved for more than 30 years, and in fact I'm now the vice chair of the board of directors. Being able to work with the astronauts over the years has been a big influence because they're all hardworking, intelligent, driven people, but they decided not to stop after they achieved success in their careers. They decided to give back by supporting some of the brightest and best young minds in science and engineering through the foundation. And my husband and I are also dedicated in that way to the foundation. We have worked hard to excel in our careers, but we've also decided to follow a life of philanthropy. Thank you, astronauts, and thank you, Astronaut Scholarship Foundation.